Imagine opening your phone one morning and seeing a notification from your bank account. Not because you spent money, but because you earned it. Now imagine that happening every month. Thousands of dollars coming in from a skill you learned using nothing more than your phone. That might sound unrealistic, but right now, we're living in one of the easiest times in history to make money online. Look around at the businesses in your city, the gym down the street, the small coffee shop on the corner, the real estate agency trying to sell homes. Almost all of them have something in common. They know they should be posting on social media, but they have no idea how to do it properly. And that's where a huge opportunity appears. Short-form content has completely taken over the internet. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts are pushing videos to millions of viewers every single day. Businesses understand that attention equals customers. But most business owners are busy running their company. They don't have time to film videos, edit clips, write captions, or analyze trends. So instead, they hire someone else to do it. That person can easily be you. If you learn how to create engaging short videos, you can offer your service to businesses that want more attention online. The best part is that learning this skill doesn't take years. In fact, if I had to rate the learning curve, I'd give it 1 out of 5. You can understand the basics in just a few days. Editing apps today are incredibly simple, and many of them are free. With a little practice, you can learn how to trim clips, add captions, and create engaging edits that keep viewers watching. But the real advantage comes when you start studying why certain videos explode in popularity. Every viral video follows patterns: the hook in the first few seconds, the pacing of the clips, the captions that grab attention. If you spend just 1 hour each day analyzing successful videos and practicing your own content, you'll begin to notice things that most people completely miss. That's when your skill level improves quickly. Now let's talk about the cost of getting started. This is where things become almost unfairly easy. Because you don't need expensive equipment, you don't need a studio, and you definitely don't need thousands of dollars. All you need is the device you're probably holding right now, your smartphone. Modern phones can record high-quality video, run editing apps, and upload content directly to social media platforms. So if we rate the startup cost, it's another 1 out of 5, which means almost anyone can begin. Once you've practiced enough, the next step is finding clients. Start with local businesses. Walk into a coffee shop and explain that you can help them reach more people online. Offer to create a few videos that showcase their products or atmosphere. Many business owners are surprisingly open to this idea because they already know how powerful social media can be. When you begin working with clients, there are 2 ways you can structure your pricing. The first method is a monthly service fee. For example, you might charge a company a fixed amount each month to create a certain number of videos. This gives you predictable income. But there's another strategy that many creators use to increase their earnings. It's called a performance bonus. Here's how it works. You agree with the business that if a video performs extremely well, reaching a certain number of views, you receive an additional payment. This arrangement benefits both sides. The business gets massive exposure when a video goes viral, and you get rewarded for creating high-performing content. When a few videos take off, those bonuses can add up quickly. Of course, reaching something like $10,000 per month won't happen overnight. If we rate the difficulty level, it's probably 3 out of 5. But once you develop the skill and work with several clients at the same time, that level of income becomes very possible. Imagine working with 5 businesses and charging each of them $2,000 per month. That alone reaches $10,000. And many content creators are doing exactly that today. But there's another strategy that takes things even further. Because while services create income, investing creates long-term wealth. And that brings us to the second opportunity, the side hustle that can pay you forever. Let me ask you something important. If you stopped working tomorrow, How long would your income continue? For most people, the answer is simple. It wouldn't. The moment the work stops, the money stops. But investing changes that completely. When you invest, your money begins generating returns on its own. Instead of trading your time for income, you start building assets that produce income in the background. Active income is usually the starting point for building wealth. That shift is what separates many financially successful people from everyone else. At first, most people focus on earning money through work or business, and that makes sense instantly. Over time, those investments start producing their own income. Dividends arrive in your account. Stocks increase in value. Your portfolio grows without requiring additional effort. But something interesting happens when you begin investing consistently. That's when people realize the true power of investing. Now, whenever someone asks me about building wealth, two questions always come up. The first one is simple. When should I start investing? My answer is always the same. The best time to begin is as soon as possible. Years ago, investing was much more complicated. You had to call brokers, deal with paperwork, and often deposit large amounts of money just to open an account. But today, the process is incredibly simple. Most investing apps allow you to buy assets in just a few seconds. The second question people ask is slightly more complicated. How do I actually start? And the answer depends on the type of investor you want to become. Many beginners start with index funds, which track large markets like the S&P 500. Instead of trying to guess which company will perform best, you invest in a collection of companies all at once. Historically, this has been one of the simplest and most reliable strategies for long-term investors. But some people prefer to go deeper. They want to analyze individual companies and choose their own investments. If you decide to take that path, there are two major skills you'll eventually need to learn. The first is fundamental analysis. This involves studying a company's financial health, its revenue, profits, growth potential, and competitive advantages. The second skill is technical analysis. This focuses on price charts, trends, and market behavior. Learning these skills takes time, which is why investing receives a higher learning score. If we rate it honestly, it's probably 4 out of 5. Getting started is easy. Mastering the process takes patience, but the cost of starting is surprisingly low. Thanks to fractional investing, you don't need thousands of dollars to buy shares. Many platforms allow you to invest just a few dollars at a time. Because of that, the startup cost for investing is again 1 out of 5. Almost anyone can begin building a portfolio. Now the big question, is it possible to earn $10,000 per month from investments? The answer is yes, but it requires time. Unlike service-based income, investing compounds slowly at first. But over the years, the growth can become incredibly powerful. Your portfolio begins generating dividends. Your assets increase in value. And eventually, your investments may produce more income than your job or business. At that stage, something remarkable happens. You're no longer dependent on trading time for money. Your assets are working for you. If we rate the difficulty of reaching $10,000 per month through investing, it's probably 4 out of 5. It takes patience and consistent contributions. But once you reach that level, the income becomes largely passive. And that's why the most effective financial strategy often combines both approaches. First, build active income through skills, side hustles, or businesses. Then take a portion of that income and invest it into assets that grow over time. Eventually, those investments begin replacing the income you once had to work for. That's when financial freedom becomes possible. Because the goal isn't just to earn money. The real goal is to build systems that continue earning even when you're not working. And the sooner you start building those systems, the sooner your future self will thank you.